Welcome to the classroom. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
In any business, there will be a micro environment, a market environment, and a macro environment. You should know that in any business, it will be normal to go through a cycle of problem, crisis, then problem and problem again. And if you plan things right and do the proper environmental scanning, then certain problems, well, you'll be well prepared for. And then with crisis situations, you'll be able to handle them more adequately. What is a crisis? Well, it's a quick and unexpected change which you have not anticipated. What is a trend? Changes which will happen over a period of time, which can be identified. What happens in the microenvironment? Under the microenvironment, you will have an absolute control over the following: your mission, vision, and objectives. In any vision statement, the business will describe what it wants to achieve in the long term. The big picture. The mission statement is the aims, the values of your business. Objectives are achievable on a daily basis and they must be planned properly. Management structure. This is the hierarchy in which your business will operate in. As an example, in a school, you may have a principal, a deputy principal, or HODs, and then the grade heads, and then the normal employees. The different management structures that can be found include, but are not limited to, flat organizational structures, hierarchical organizational structures, matrix organizational structures, product organizational structures, and geographical organizational structures. The resources available to you. This is everything which you have available to you to help you succeed. Mr. Ackerman had his family members who gave him small loans which allowed him to grow his business. And you may have physical resources such as your human capital, what and who you know, and maybe you may also have financial resources. You may also have machinery and stock. But remember this, that with a business, it is best to use everything available to you to make a success of it. Organizational culture. This is the shared vision and goals of what your business has. Meaning what exactly? Well, this means how people have come to do things in your business. The market environment. Porter's 6 forces model is normally used to analyze this environment.
Porter's 5 Forces is an analysis scheme created by Harvard Business School professor Michael E. Porter. It allows business managers to gauge the level of competition within their company's industry and thus assess current and potential lines of business. The ultimate goal of this analysis is to help managers set their profitability expectations because profitability decreases as competition increases. 3 of the 5 forces relate to industry participants. The other 2 relate to the vertical participants, the suppliers, and consumers. 1. The first force analyzes the ease of entry for new participants in the marketplace. If entry is easy, then this factor indicates a high level of competition. 2. The second factor evaluates the number and activity of a company's rivals. Obviously, the more established rivals, the greater the competition. However, a manager also needs to assess the likelihood that any one rival can dominate the market to the detriment of all the other participants. 3. The third factor is the possibility of a new good or service coming onto the market and eroding sales of established products. 4. The fourth factor is the bargaining power of the industry suppliers. If there are few suppliers who provide a scarce resource, competition may get heavy for that resource, thus increasing costs and eroding profits. 5. The fifth and final factor is the consumer's bargaining power. If the consumer has a strong bargaining position, then this will drive down prices for the finished good and erode profitability.
In the market environment, the business will have partial control over the components of this environment. As a business owner, you'll have to adapt to the challenges presented by this environment. It is not all doom and gloom though, because there are certain variables in this environment which you can influence. These can help you to make a profit. The components of the market environment may include the following. Customers. They are the reason for why you have the business. They have needs which you as the business owner are trying to satisfy. Suppliers. They are those other businesses which you as a business are a customer to. And if, let us say, you were looking to procure government tenders, then the broad-based Black Economic Empowerment Act stipulates clearly the type of suppliers which you must choose. Competitors. Competitors will sell products or services which are similar to yours, and they may do this at a higher price, a lower price, or anything in between. They are also good for showing you what works or what does not work in certain situations. Regulators will control certain business activities to make sure that things are being done properly, so as not to bring harm to consumers. Think of the various ombuds, such as the Banking Ombud, the South African Bureau of Standards, and many more. Strategic alliances. These would be situations where you decide to work with another business so that you guys may obtain an advantage over your competition. Checkers works closely with another company to make sure that the 60/60 delivery program works. Trade unions. They are those lovely people who do their best to sing and dance when the occasion arises. No, not really. They protect the workers in businesses and industries from unfair labor practices. The macro environment. PESTLE is a tool used to scan this environment.
PESTLE analysis is a management framework and diagnostic tool. The outcome of the analysis will help you to understand factors external to your organisation, which can impact upon strategy and influence business decisions. PESTLE is an acronym for P, political, E, economic, S, social, T, technology, L, legal, and E, environmental. Let's look at each of these factors more closely. Political. When looking at political factors, you will need to take into account your country's government policies and political stability. Other factors will include tax implications, industry regulations, and global trade agreements and restrictions. Economic. These factors will include exchange rates, economic growth or decline, globalisation, inflation, interest rates, and the cost of living, labour costs and consumer spending. When looking at social factors, look at trends such as lifestyle choices, cultural norms and expectations such as career attitudes and work-life balance. It also concerns itself with consumer tastes and buying habits as well as population demographics. Technology has grown exponentially. How is your business responding to technological innovation in your products and services? Other technological advancements will impact on data storage, security levels, disruptive technologies such as smartphones, social networking, automation, robotics, and the increasing shift towards AI, artificial intelligence. Shifts in the legal landscape are constantly changing, especially here in the UK. Employment labour law and employment tribunal decisions impact upon working practices continuously. It's also important to keep up to date with all changes in legislation and, of course, health and safety regulations. Environmental. Does your business have a direct impact on the environment? Political sanctions now govern carbon emissions and a move towards sustainable resources, such as wind turbines and recycling. This area also covers CSR, corporate social responsibility, and ethical sourcing of goods and services, which in turn has a direct impact on procurement and your business supply chain management. Once you are clear on the main overarching factors included in a PESTLE analysis, the next challenge is to relate this in real terms to assess the risks specifically within the industry sector you work in.
In this environment, the majority of businesses will have no control over the trends and crises that it may bring. But based on current and past scenarios and using the right environmental scanning tools, you could prepare for a future where you are able to tackle these trends and crises. A great example to illustrate this would be the social, economic, and political story brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. A lesson that can be learned? We, now as business owners, know how to prepare for pandemics. PESTLE. PESTLE is an acronym for Political, Economic, Social, Technological, Legal, and Environmental Factors. When used correctly, it can create a picture of factors in the microenvironment which may have an impact on your business. There are 2 P's. The first refers to physical environment, in which we look at factors such as the country or the area's infrastructure, natural disasters which may occur, or any other available natural resources which are available. The second P will look at the political environment, and this refers to all the laws and regulations which the business may have to deal with. Aside from the laws, the political system or political parties which are dominant in the country may have a huge impact on how your business may work. Think of how difficult it must have been to run a business in Zimbabwe as compared to South Africa. The economic environment looks at everything which may have an impact on the consumer's pockets. Think about it. If people do not have much disposable income, would they be able to support your business? The factors which are analyzed in this environment will include inflation, currency fluctuations, recessions, which incidentally South Africa slipped into during the COVID years, and the type of dominant economic system, such as capitalism in South Africa or communism in China. The social environment. In this environment, we will be looking at the demographics of those people whom you expect to support your business. Factors such as urbanization, how many people are moving in or out of the area, what are the statistics on crime, are there squatter camps nearby, even the family structures and diseases. These could all have an impact on your business and its stakeholders. Technological factors. This factor looks at how technology may impact on your business. Are there new machines which could make the running of your business cheaper and more efficient? The systems and the manual ways of running your back office. The legal environment. South Africa has got a lot of legislation which will definitely have a positive and negative effect on the running of your business and on the stakeholders of your business. As a business owner, you must make sure that you understand the purpose and the nature of these laws to keep ahead of any new developments and changes. The environment. Without the environment or the resources that it provides, it would be extremely difficult to run your business. This is why sustainability is a big thing all across the world. The environment must be protected, and if you choose not to, you could find yourself on the wrong end of a PR storm.
Thank you for joining us in this lesson. If you learned something, give the video a like, share, and subscribe for more great content.